Do you fear failure? Do you procrastinate because you're afraid of failing? What if I told you that fear of your failure is actually created only by you and that you are the only one who believes in it? And that is what is preventing you from actually moving where you want to be. By the end of this video, I'm going to prove to you exactly that. I'll talk about, first thing, the illusion of failing and why failure doesn't even exist the way you think it does. Second thing, the illusion of progression and why failing is good for you. And third thing, the real problem that actually resonates with the word failing. Hey, right now I'm in St. Nicholas Beach. It's one of the best beaches in Halkidiki, and I just love this beach. It's sandy, it's crystal clear water. It's so, like there's no garbage, there's no people. So it's perfect getaway when you are, going on a vacation and things such as that if you're looking for a private beach. Going back to the video, the illusion of failing. First, let's strip the myth about failure. When you say you're afraid of failing, you're not really afraid of actually you failing. You're afraid of what other people will think of you when you fail, right? So, for example, if you ever died in a video game, did you ever stop playing the game and cry and, never, turn another game? No, you just hit a restart. That's the perfect example of failing, but without social judgment, okay? Because it's a video game. But what happens in real life? You imagine person X thinking you're failure or person Y gossiping behind your back, and suddenly that imagined judgment in your head defines you as failing and stops you from doing anything in your life. So now, when you realize that failing is just a label built on what you think others will think of you, the whole concept collapses. Second thing, the illusion of progress. Another reason failure feels scary is because you believe it will set you back. But progress is just a mental construct you built for yourself, again, to make yourself, why? To make yourself feel good. Because we want to be happy all the time, which is another, corrupted idea I talked about in another video. But putting that aside, so going back to our example in a video game, imagine getting 100 gold coins. Imagine how that makes you feel. You feel good. You feel like you're progressing, right? So now flip that perspective from the real world. Instead of actually being in a video game, in a real world, you feel like you're going backwards because all that coins don't mean anything. And wasting your time on playing a video game on something that can't be measurable in real life puts you in a position where you feel you're failing. And that position of progress only exists, again, in your mind. Which brings me to the last point, the real problem. So if you fix and stop telling yourself that you are a failure and you realize that you are the only one defining your progress, what would be the real problem? I have to think about it. That is probably the most used sentence ever in human history. And that sentence describes what my point is. The only loss is not moving forward, not taking the action, not collecting those gold coins, whether the real world or the actual video game. So you have to ask yourself, have I been stuck for a while now? And is it time for me to learn or to do something new? And really hear me out. You don't need to do unthinkable, unimaginable, or some grand achievement. Just start small, baby steps, as they like to say. I think Hormozy really explains this well. He talks about not focusing on your 9 to 5, but focusing on your 5 to 9. Figuring out what you need to do after, those hours of the work and actually before the work. Because if you can fix your 5 to 9, you can start building your dream life. Because that's how you actually move forward one step at a time in your life. And if you're actually building a brand, your online presence, a business using content, you can also ask me, you can also ask someone to help you out. For example, you can book a call with me for free. We can do, a walkthrough of your profile, do optimization, create systems, share what I know. Really, it's about just taking a step forward in the direction that you want to, do in your life and not thinking about, oh, I'm gonna be failure in these eyes. Oh, I'm not progressing as I thought I would be, and things such as that. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the view, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.